She take her keys. Bah. I said, oh, why you gonna put your hands on me, girl? Don't do that, because y'all, I am not a fighter. I'm sorry, but like, she's buff. Like, that's not me, yo. That's not me.
Thank goodness you're here.
Hey everyone, it's your night here. Welcome back to today's video. I'm nervous about this video, and not because of the content of it. I'm nervous because I'm terrible at telling stories. I be stuttering and everything. Y'all know I got my notes on my iPad. Okay, look how cute it is though. Roommate story time per. This literally happened back in August, and I don't want to forget nothing that happened that's gonna, you know, make the story crumble. Disclaimer: I'm not gonna say nobody's real name or her real name, the roommate, and I'm not gonna disclose what school I go to. Even though everything I'm saying in the story is 100% true, I got the receipts and everything of what happened. I guess let's not waste no time. Here's a story about why my roommate tried to fight me. Let's just start off and say, I feel like it's a YouTube curse. If you got a YouTube channel and you finna go to college, like, you finna have a bad roommate experience. And luckily, like, this experience is not like she was nasty or nothing, because y'all just gotta see what happens. It's really just a petty story that really escalated out of nowhere. So basically, this girl was not supposed to be my roommate in the first place. She ended up being a random roommate. I was supposed to be roommate to my friend Alicia, but the school I go to, like, the whole housing process is a hot mess, to be honest. And our roommate pins would not work for each other, so we could be assigned as roommates together. We even talked to like this lady in housing, and she's supposed to fix it up for us. It did not end up happening, and so I was assigned with a random roommate. She was a softball player, but she ended up switching roommates from me to be one of her teammates. And so then I got the girl that's actually like who the story time's actually about. I'm gonna call her, what should I name her? Her name gonna be Jean, because I seen her sleep in jeans before, and I thought that was just, you know, different. And Jean, if you're watching this, like, no disrespect towards you. I don't really know where you are. I don't even know if you still attend the school. I hope this was a learning experience for you, because it was for me. Everything that happened in the story is true. It's what happened. So gotta make my coin off it at least. You know what I'm saying? Bird.
Get your money up, not your funny up.
But yeah, so we ended up being random roommates. We had texted like a couple months before school, like barely though, you know, getting to know each other a little bit. We both had said like to each other how we wanted to be roommates with somebody else. So we were trying to see if we could switch like their rooms or something, but it never ended up working out, and we ended up just having to be roommates. We moved on the same day. I had got there first, and I remember I put my piece of paper. This is kind of irrelevant to the story, but like they had a piece of paper downstairs in the lobby, and I put a piece of paper on my side of the room that had won it. So my dad and I, we had walked out of the room, and she was walking in. I come back up, we start bringing our stuff, and she had put all her stuff on my side of the room. I was like, oh. But it was whatever, like, it's not that serious. I kind of like the side of the room that ended up being anyways better. But if you watch my moving day vlog, you can kind of see I was talking about how the vibes were weird and awkward. Sorry to my roommate if it's been really awkward. I'm not gonna give you guys like a tour. Like the aroma of the room, like the vibes in the room were so weird. Like weird, it's just like they were so standoffish, which I have an issue because like I'm a shyer person too. And like when it comes to situations like that of meeting someone, but at the same time, it's like we finna be living together for a while. You could at least tell my mom hey, tell my dad hey, tell my grandma hey, somebody hey. It was just a weird environment to be in, but you know, I was still having good vibes. I was excited moving for college. But basically, yeah, we weren't like, we were just roommates. Let's get fast forward. It's welcome week and stuff, and the first couple of days I was really just in my room chilling because nobody, like the people I had met online and stuff, weren't really on campus yet. And so I remember she was going to like people's rooms and downstairs, I think, her little friend girl that she had made. But after like the first 2-3 days, and when classes really started and when it was like welcome week, she was like always in the room, which I don't really have, like, I mean, I did have issues with it because when you have a roommate, like, there's always times where you just want to, like, be by yourself, you know, like, even just for, like, a couple hours. But she was always in the room, always in the bed, always taking a nap. It just got to the point where it was kind of annoying sometimes, but there's nothing really I could do. I can't be like, girl, like, get out of my room so I can be alone. But we had shared a mini fridge, and it was kind of weird because she had literally filled the whole fridge with like all her stuff, and I had bought maybe like 2 things to go in the fridge, and there was barely any space for that. So I just feel like when you have a roommate, there's like stuff that's just like, you know, common courtesy, but it was just kind of weird. Like my family and I, we were making fun of it, like joking, like, damn, like you gonna take the whole fridge. But anyways, also like at the time it wasn't that deep. There's just little weird things, you know, to build her as a character. Not saying Jean's a bad person, you know, she's trying to be a nurse or whatever, but yeah, back to her always being in the room. It got to the point, like, I think it was like the 2nd, 3rd week of school, and she still had not tried the calf before. Like, she was still only doing DoorDash or getting Chinese food from across the street, which I'm not saying that calf food was, you know, delectable. Like, it wasn't nothing that to go crazy about, but like, I don't know, it was just kind of, it was weird to me, weird to other people, like, dang, like your roommate still ain't never tried the calf, like, did she ever leave the room? People were really saying to me. I was like, no, she be in there. So I don't know. But like, we were very cordial to each other. Like, when there was stuff going on campus, we would let each other know. If I went to Walmart, or she went to Walmart or somewhere, like, we would text each other, oh, can you get this for me? And we would happily do that, you know, cash up each other. There were never real problems. The only weird thing I said about her was the fridge thing, and then the hospitality thing, and then yeah, she slept in jeans. Like I said, I always caught her sleeping in jeans. Yeah. Oh, and then there was this one time too, and I think I have a video of it, so I'll put it in. But like, I saw her. I think I came back from class or something one day, and her computer was still on. She was on FaceTime with somebody, but she was not in the room. Like, I think she was in class or something. What? Which I thought was kind of weird because, and then I remember one time, like, we were texting because we were talking about our suitemates, and no hate to my suitemates, but girls, y'all never clean that dang bathroom. And it's also something I regret. Like, my roommate or my suitemates, I never had a conversation with them about like not responsibilities, but like respecting each other's spaces and stuff. Why are you calling me? Hello? Anyways, I don't even know the last thing I said. Oh yeah, but like, I remember me and, you know, Jeans at the time, we had a conversation about how the roommates or the suitemates were dirty, like, or they're not that they're dirty, but they never clean the bathroom themselves. And I completely forgot I did this, but it got to the point where I literally printed this out, typed and printed it out, and put it on the door, taped on the door of the bathroom, because I was tired of it looking a mess, and like, I would never see them, so this is the only way I can interact with them. And even when I had the room to myself and it was just them in the bathroom, they never cleaned the bathroom once. And they got to the point with the bathroom, like, I would wait out, see if they ever clean the bathroom floors, and they never would. Like, the whole entire, both fall and spring semester, I'm always one to clean the bathroom. So the times that I did see my roommate go out was welcome week, and I think I seen her go to like maybe 2 parties or whatever, because there's a parties, you know, almost every day that week, and you know, I went to like almost all of them. After like that kind of week, a lot of people were testing positive for COVID. She had texted me saying one of her friends in her friends group had tested positive, and she sent me screenshots of their chat, whatever, but she went to go get tested and she was negative. And then one of my friends ended up being positive, so I went to go get tested and I was negative. So that was their kind of, you know, thing, whatever. But this is like information for later in the story, because it'll all go back to this. So one of this was a Friday. I was doing work, you know, in the student center, just chilling before my next class at 2 o'clock. And this was at 1:35 when this girl texted me. And she said, do you have a 2 o'clock class too? Because my boyfriend from home here. Keep in mind, y'all, I didn't know she had a boyfriend, but I was like, okay, her boyfriend here, whatever. So I was like, yeah, 2 to 2:50. She said, okay, he might be gone then. Never mind, we about to hump. And I was confused. I was like, hump? I don't know where you from, but we don't say that.
Let me tell you something, sweetheart. I don't know how y'all do shit where you from, but let me tell you something. Where I'm from, we don't do shit like that.
Like, who says that? Like, we about to hump. Like, of course, you know. I know what she was trying to say, but I ain't never heard nothing like that in my life before. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's lingo where she from, you know, but I ain't heard that before. And like, also, why would you tell me that? Like, you did not need to tell me that, girl. I could have figured that out myself. And then 2:35, 10 minutes later, she said, never mind, you good. Well, he's still here, but yeah. So I don't know if they did the do or whatever, but okay. And at that time, I didn't really care. This was like, yeah, I was in class at that time, so I was like, when is he leaving? And I said that because I just got out of class. And so she said at 3:02 later, but we just watching the show right now. So I respected that, you know. I was like, okay, I'm gonna let her be with her man, chill. I ain't even gonna go in the room. Only thing I did was around like, I then went back to the studio to do work. I'm not positive or whatever, but then I ended up going back to my room to go put my bag down. And y'all, this is when I got a little confused, because why was her pillow and stuff on my bed? And so I took a picture of it. I took a picture of it, y'all, because why is her stuff on my bed? That is so nasty. I did not care, y'all. We were not that cool. Like, we never had a one-on-one, you know, conversation for real, unless it was something about soul service level. And we weren't like friends for real. Like, we had a problem with each other. We weren't friends for real though, girl. Like, we's not cool enough for your stuff to be on my bed, so why are you touching my stuff? I already not like that. And I just had a bad feeling. This picture was taken at 5:50, y'all. So I haven't been in my room since maybe 12 o'clock that day. It's 5:50, y'all. Went to go put my stuff out in my room, and her stuff is on my bed. So I took a picture. I did. I just had a bad feeling about it, y'all. Always trust your gut, because your gut is right. So anyways, I had ended up going, like, after that, I did not go back to my room that night. Oh, and by the way, her stuff was on my side of the bed, and she was still in the room. Like, her and her boo, I saw them cut up in the bed. Like, I was so quiet, they didn't even know I came in. That's why when y'all go see, yeah, I took that picture and literally left. I was in there for 5 seconds. I ended up being out that night. I went to, you know, our little wing spot on campus. I was just chilling with my friends. I think people were outside, like, doing the little mini track meets, you know, the track meets and boxing and stuff out there. So I was really just chilling that day. And I didn't not planning on being on my room anytime soon, but I still ended up texting her like, is he still there? And this is at 7:28 p.m. She said, yep, waiting on his friends to come back from the mall, then he's gone. Now, at the time, I was like, girl, you lying, girl. They at the mall. They at the mall. The mall closes at like 7 o'clock at Greensboro, especially because I think it's because of COVID. They close early now, but what do you mean they come back from the mall? And then at 9:53, you know, I'm still outside, hadn't been to my room yet, giving her boot time. She said, never mind, his friend getting drunk at Barbie and can't drive, so he's staying. Sorry, I would have told you earlier if I knew. I guess her boyfriend never came down to the school with one of his friends or something. And keep in mind, y'all, like from where she lived, the school is not close. I think it has to be like 2-3 hours away or something. I'll fact check that and put it on the screen. How my camera gonna shut off saying it's overheating? Anyway, but basically that's how I messaged. I was like, what? And this is my issue. Like, I don't like being told what to do if we on the same level, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a roommate, you a roommate. You're not an RA. You're not my mom. You're not my dad. You're not my grandma. You're my roommate. If she had texted me, y'all, and said, his friend drunk at Barbie, don't know if that's true or whatever. His friend drunk at Barbie, do you mind if he stays? Do you mind if da-da-da? I don't really care. If she would have asked me, do you mind if he stays? I'd be like, girl, yeah, go do your thing, girl. I could go to my other friend's room and sleep if I don't want to sleep in the same room with a boy. Honestly, I didn't really care that he was there, like, but the fact that she was telling me stuff, like, she wasn't asking, I feel like that's like a respect thing. Just ask, girl. And that's my issue in the beginning when this also was happening. That's why I really wasn't texting her back, because I was like, whatever, like, she'd be alone with him, I'll give her boot time. But like, she never asked me if I like cared if he was over or whatever, you know? And it's not like she didn't know that he was coming. If he come from 2-3 hours away or whatever, you knew that man was coming. And even if you didn't, you can be like, hey, my boyfriend's here, like, do you mind if he's in a room or something like that? Because y'all stayed in the room the whole entire night. You didn't want to show him around the school. You didn't want to show him the campus. You didn't want to try to cab for the first time with some girl. You just gonna be in the room the whole time. You know I live there too, right? Anyway, it's just a principle thing. So that's why I said, girl, I'm sorry, but that ain't gonna work. That's what I said. Because again, I just felt like she was being disrespectful by not, you know, trying to accommodate to me. And not even accommodate, but trying to ask or anything. She just kept telling me. And like I said, like, you're not my mom and my dad, you're not gonna tell me that. And so I said, let me know when you find out a plan. That's what I said. Keep in mind, y'all, like, I wasn't even trying to go back to my room right now for real, but, and she said, you can go back to the room. And yeah, she said she got a hotel. I thumbs up the message. And it wasn't until like 2:28, that's what time I actually went back to my room, y'all. But yeah, I said, we just gotta talk about boundaries for each other next time I see you. We need to talk first. We need to have that conversation. Keep in mind, y'all, this is only like 3 weeks into school. So I know I said earlier, like, I regret not having that conversation about boundaries, but we had barely just got there and there's already an issue. So we can still talk about it. So when we have in the future, like, we finna be each other for fall and spring semester, we can still talk. And that's what she said in the morning when she woke up. At 7:34, I was asleep. She said, you can just say whatever it is you have to say now. I said, oh.
This is personal.
But, you know, I was trying to be mature. I'm just like, at 10:25 when I woke up, I think it's best we talk in person. I'm not trying to argue with you or anything, but in order for both of us to share a space, it only makes sense for us to talk.
I know that's right.
Which is true, because we literally, like, this is a small dorm, okay? You know, it's one of the bigger dorms, but it's small. We literally, I don't know, 6 feet, 5 feet away from each other. We sleep next to each other every day. We share the same shower. We share the same sink. You know, we have to trust each other that we're not gonna go in each other's closets or desks and steal something out of there. So it's just like having a conversation over text to make it so awkward. Like, I feel like you're not gonna get anywhere. If you speak to someone face to face, like, I feel like you have to actually confront the conversation. And also, there's no one in the outside, like, whispering in your ear trying to tell you what to say, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's more genuine. But anyways, this is what she said. I honestly said you can say what you said through text for obvious reasons, because I'm not confrontational. Girl, you seem very confrontational to me. You talking about you can say whatever it is you have to say now? That seems very confrontational. But anyways, if you're not trying to argue, I do not see the issue of you addressing what you have to say right now. Simply because, one, you definitely don't want me as a roommate. That confused me because I had never said that to her. I don't know if she got the idea. The only time where she might have felt that way is before we even met, when we both wanted someone else as our roommate. And then she said, anyways, and going to swap in September. Damn! So then she said, and going to swap in September. So at our school, if you don't want your roommate or your housing or whatever, you have the opportunity to switch and swap or whatever in September. I did not plan on doing that. I don't know where she got the idea from, because who gonna help me move out? Who gonna help me switch all my stuff? I'm fine with the door in my head. Like, there was never an issue for me. So I feel like she was just talking, to be honest. And two, there's nothing to argue about anyways, because as I stated, I'm not confrontational. You're correct. There's nothing to argue about. We're supposed to have a conversation. Who said, like, why are you, like, I feel like she was already, like, trying to tussle. And And I was just like, I feel like I came to her, like, I already know I was being petty, but I feel like her saying, I don't know, she wasn't making much sense to me. And she keeps saying I'm not confrontational, but the girl, the way you talking, you confronting, you doing it. So I responded, all due respect, you sleep right beside me every night. Yeah. I get if you're not confrontational, but all we are going to do is have a conversation. And through text, things may be misconstrued. This is my biggest thing. Like, even right now, like, I feel like when you're talking through text, you're more likely to have an issue or something like that. Like, I don't know. Like I said, things can be misconstrued through text. I didn't want any extra drama than needed to be. That's not what I'm talking in person. Through text, things can be misconstrued, which I do not want to happen. Just please let me know when you are available. Yeah, because at this time, she was still at the hotel or whatever. So she didn't respond until a little later at 12:23, and she sent a whole paragraph. Oh, this is the part I forgot to mention. Okay. So that night when I was out, I had got a random text saying, hello, this is the RA reminding you there is no smoking allowed in the building and that we currently do not have visitation. Failure to follow these rules will lead you to being fined. And I was very confused because I was in my room. I thought that same day we had like a meeting for the whole hall, like a Zoom meeting. So I thought it was a text that everybody got. I ignored it. I did not respond or whatever. So when I got that text, I was very confused. But this paragraph that I'm finna read now will make sense. So she said, told you when I was. And I think she was talking about when I said, let me know when you're available. I don't know what she's talking about. But I also told you with respect and my wishes. So I feel like she was saying her wishes was to talk on text, which, again, I didn't want to call it extra drama. That's why I didn't want to talk through text. If I made you uncomfortable in any way, I'm sorry. Okay? And that was never the plan. Which is why when he said it wasn't cool for him to stay, I left right away. Simply because I would never want anyone to be uncomfortable. Okay. In regards to him visiting, you was able to come in and out of the room as you please. I know that because I live in my room. Because I didn't want you to feel kicked out of your own room. Hence is why I said never mind. Literally right afterwards, I said we're going to hump because I have respect for you. Again, hump? I don't. Like, okay, if you say we're gonna hump, let me know because that's like where I'm from. We did not say that. Anyways, lastly, if you want to address the smoking incident, and this is where I was confused, okay? I got that text, this one, and I didn't know, like, what she was talking about, but that's when I started connecting the dots. I was like, oh, like, maybe this text was actually meant to our room. If you want to address the smoking incident, it wasn't him or I smoking in the bathroom, which I have proof of because I, for one, can't be around smoke because I'm pregnant.
What did he say?
Yo, I was shook. I was like, and keep in mind, like, y'all, she's small. Like, she might even be smaller than me. Like, she's smaller than me probably, but like, of course, like, she had like a little bump, but it wasn't like anything where I think she'd be pregnant. Like, I just thought that was her body. Like, I never would have thought that until she said that, but it just kind of made sense. And if he wanted to smoke so bad, he could have went with his friends. So that whole part was like, you know, a little chunk of this paragraph. And I didn't know what she was talking about the smoking thing. Because like I said, I wasn't there. Like, I got a random text. I didn't know what that was about. Except I literally have proof of it being our neighbors. Which I think she was referring to the suitemates. Furthermore, if you want to address when visitors come in and out of the room, it honestly doesn't matter. Because he decided he's not coming back. And that part was confusing to me because I feel like that's something we need to talk about because we both live in this space, and I feel like if we feel uncomfortable or any type of way about someone like being in this space that we don't want in this space, like we should be able to be vocal about it to each other. Like, I didn't want to get to the point where we live with each other and we're not talking to each other because that's just weird. Like, I don't want to be uncomfortable in my own room, and that's where it was getting to this point. So anyways, and I literally don't invite my friends over because I didn't want a situation that transpired to happen. Again, this point, it was only 3 weeks into school. I think I never had my friends over, but it was one time where literally in my first day of school, college video, 2 of my friends were really over because they're helping me put on my lashes. So like, they were over for a few seconds, but I never had someone like stay in my room and chill, and she never had anyone do that either. And so this was my response, which again, this was very petty. Y'all, I am so sorry, my camera battery literally died. I had to switch them out. So the first thing I said was congratulations, referring to her pregnancy, of course. Number 2, I would still like to talk in person about boundaries. Yeah, because that stance was never gonna change. People are more bold through text than they are in person. And number 3, I have no idea what you're referring to as a smoking incident. As I just explained, I was not there that night, and I think she maybe thinks I was mad about that or something. I could care less. Nothing to do with me. Didn't even know what's going on. And I just said, just let me know when you're coming back. Because again, this was Saturday, around lunch. Yeah. So she didn't respond to me until 1:48. And she wrote another novel. I don't have to let you know anything respectfully. I'm going to cash up you the money for this time of us sharing hand soap and paper towel. And in case anyone asks, I most definitely took that money. She sent me like $15. I don't even know why she sent that much. It's been like maybe 3 weeks of us sharing it together. I could care less about the paper towels and the hand soap. But I most definitely took the money. Money is money, y'all. Y'all better. She gonna give me money for free. I'm gonna take it for sure. Paper towels. And then there's nothing for us to talk about. Girl, what you mean there's nothing for us to talk about? We roommates, girl. Like what? That's just crazy to me. Like she was trying to cut me off, girl. Like we don't live in the same space. Like I'm not trying to do some weird stuff. Like we don't speak when we see each other. Like that's just so weird. Like I want to be comfortable, girl, where I sleep. I don't have to worry about when I'm sleeping. You gonna try to jump me? Like what? No. Anyways, it's definitely crazy how I say nothing about all your guests or COVID infested parties you attend. This part that blew me. Like I told y'all earlier, she went to the COVID infested parties I went to. She went to the same ones. Ain't talking about all my guests. I had 2 people in my room, and again I had it on footage. And there was one party that we were going to, like me and the roommate Jeans. Me and Jean was gonna go to a party together. We went downstairs of our dorm and we was in a room with about 10 other people. I was kind of like in the back because I don't really know anyone. It was kind of weird because they all knew each other. And like, girl, you talking about that same group, which I have text messages to prove this. This is the same group. They had COVID, girl. You had to get tested because you were scared that you had it. I got tested. I didn't have it. You got tested. You didn't have it. So what you talking about? I don't know. I feel like she was just trying to say stuff to make me look bad or kind of make me the villain. And there's not really a villain. It's not really a villain story. It's just like respect. You know what I'm saying? And the minute I had one guest, which you weren't even in the room for, it's a problem. You have to talk about boundaries because you could have came in and out as you please, but you chose not to. I did come in and out as I please, girl. You just sleep. You didn't know. When my friends come in the room, I open the door. She come in there. I say, "Do you mind if they come in?" She said, "Yeah, it's fine." Girl, you never asked me if it was okay for your little boyfriend to come to the room. I really didn't care about him being there, but she's the principal. Like, you're not gonna be rude to me. I'm sorry. Anyways, no, I don't have an attitude, but there's nothing for us to talk about. You don't have an attitude, girl. Okay, if that's you, not with the attitude, I want to see with you what the attitude look like. But there's nothing for us to talk about because I was respectful, and he was literally the only guest I have ever had over for a long period of time. But it's whatever. This girl saying long period of time, y'all. It's August 28th. It's been 3, maybe 4 weeks at school. But there was like, what are you talking about long period of time, girl? Don't text back either because you're blocked. That shit blew me. What you mean I'm blocked? She mad. Okay. I honestly don't care what your boundary rules are either because I just want to have guests over. And it wasn't just boundaries about guests. It was other stuff too. Like, I have like, you know, weird pet peeve things. Like, I hate when people in my dorm like leave the door open to the bathroom because I don't know, like I don't want the bathroom smell lingering into my room. Like even the bathroom smell, I don't know. It's just people the number 2 do. They do that stuff in there. I don't want that lingered in my room.
What's that smell?
Hand sanitizer.
Oh, that smells shit, but hey.
Like it's just like a sanitary thing for me. I feel like she thought the only reason I was doing boundaries is because her little boyfriend came over, but it wasn't that. It's just like I feel like it's just the right thing to do. If you have a problem, let's resolve the problem and let's try to prevent other problems happening in the future. But instead you decided to block me. I just want to have guests over. I never went out of the room or invited people over anyways. That's true, girl. You never went out of the room. And whoever you decide to let come over, whatever you decide to do on your side of the room does not concern me. And this blew me because girl, you had she don't know I noticed yet, but you had your stuff on my side of the room, girl. So I'm so glad you said that. Cause I don't care what you do, you're growing in college. And so I'm over here like, ooh, I call my friend, you know, on my group FaceTime again. I'm like, girl, this girl just said to me, I'm calling my mom. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, my mom was like, you should go to the RA, like let them know like what's going on and stuff. I was like, yeah, you're right. So I went downstairs to the RA. Keep in mind, this is a Saturday, y'all, and I told her on the tea, I'm like, oh, and keep in mind, and you saw in that text message earlier, there is no visitation allowed. So I was like, you know what? If she want to be rude and disrespectful to me, I'll get her twice. I told the RA she had a visitor over, doesn't attend this school, and we had no visitation. I also told the RA about how I wanted to talk to her about boundaries after she had her boyfriend over, but she blocked me instead. And I also told her about the smoking in the room. I was like, I don't know if it was her or not, but she claimed she wasn't smoking. But I told the RA the stuff, and I was still on group FaceTime with my friends. And when I was on group FaceTime, she finally came in. And she don't say anything. I was like, hey, like, do you want to talk? Like, I think we need to talk. And she did not agree with me. I don't really remember what words were exactly said, but we were arguing. I was sitting on top of my bed, though, and she was on the rug, like, near my bed. And so I told I turned, when they got on the heat of the argument, I turned on my bed, my computer right here. I said, I'm going to call y'all back. and I hung up. And they were so mad at me that I did that, but I feel like she saw that I was on FaceTime with them. That's why I hung up. And that's when I started recording on my phone, y'all. But the thing is, you can't see, you can only hear what happened. All right, so let's listen, y'all.
Can your friends come over?
Because they go to this school.
It doesn't matter.
Because they go to this school.
If another guy went to this school and I decided to invite them over, it's not our issue.
We're both females. Listen, and you asked.
And first of all, I asked if you had a class, and then if you sat here and you wanted to come home after your class, you could have said, "Well, I would like to come in our room after class." I would have easily sat here and went to another room. That's it. That's all. All you had to do was communicate.
You never asked if it was okay for him to come. You just told me. You never asked. That's all I asked is for respect.
I didn't even know he was coming. He just popped up. So
he just popped up.
Girl, even if he did just pop up in front of your door, you could say, "Hey, like, my boyfriend surprised me here. Do you mind if he's in the room?"
Yes.
He took a Greensboro. And he randomly just came here.
Yes. Why the fuck would I have to lie?
Because, girl, you've been lying a lot. Your messages on that. First of all, I don't know what's hump mean. I don't know what that means. What is hump? Because you keep saying that. I don't know what that means. You never ask. That's all I ask is for respect. It's for you to ask. When I talk about boundaries, I'm not talking about like make a line in the middle of the room. I don't care about all that. I'm just asking for you to ask if someone's coming over and staying the whole entire day in our space, because we both pay the same amount to live here. We're not just this is our no, please.
No.
This will piss me off, y'all. It's taking me out right now. I hate when I'm having a conversation with somebody and they're talking over me. Like, let me say what I need to say. Like, we shouldn't be cutting each other off to have a conversation. And I ain't even gonna cap, y'all. I be stuttering. You watching my videos, you see this video, I be stuttering all the time. So her cutting me off, she making me stutter more. Like, just let me, like, say what I need to say, because you making it so much more difficult than it need to be. And it's just rude. Like, girl.
Stop. Why are you gonna put your hands on me? Nothing is happening.
Yeah, she said you can get slapped.
Dot in his ass.
I said, oh, why you gonna put your hands on me, girl? Don't do that, because y'all, I am not a fighter. I'm sorry, but like, she's buff. She's really, really buff. Like, that's not me, yo. That's not me.
I respected you and let you have your little boo time. I did. No. Let me talk.
Girl, why are you screaming on top of your lungs, girl? It just made me mad because why you letting me talk? That's so embarrassing.
I've been talking, you keep talking over me, and that's very disrespectful.
No,
please stop.
I said if you
no. I was being nice. I was being
I'm not going to get tested. You could have texted me and said, okay, I understand you trying to hang out with him, Can you?
What are you talking about?
Else? Like, you could have said, no, because I'm saying this. All you wanted to come.
Did y'all have your boo time? I respected that. But when you asked you to spend the night, that was out of tune. I don't know why you thought that was okay to do that.
I was going okay. Anyways, if you said no, so
because they just, like, why would you think that was okay? You didn't even ask, matter of fact. You just told me. You literally just told me.
Y'all, every time I watch this video, you watch the way I flew off that bed, yo. Because my bed used to be high up in the ceiling. Like, I flew off that bed because she was coming closer to me. Like, girl, better back up.
That's what blew me. You didn't say, it's okay if you said that. You're like, oh, he's going to spend the night. So sorry. And you said, yo, his friend was at the mall. Bro, the mall closes at 7. You said that 7:30. He was at the mall.
Was at the mall.
The mall closes at 7.
Okay,
the mall closes at 7.
I had no reason to lie about that.
You sound like lying to me. It's lies on top of lies. And then, why was the pillow and the blanket on my bed? What were y'all doing on my side of the room?
No one was on your side of the room.
Then why was you on my room?
Okay, so y'all see that video of a hot mess. It's kind of embarrassing to watch now. But anyways, that was like a year ago. But when I had stopped the video, I said, asking her why was the stuff in my bed, and she said nobody was on your side of the room. That's where I caught her in a lie, yo. Cause why you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, like, girl, why you lying, girl? Like, come on, just be honest. That's when the video stopped because I was recording on my phone. And I went to get my phone, show her the evidence of this picture that I showed y'all earlier of her stuff on my side of the room. Like, imagine it's my phone. I was like, then what is this? I tried to show her the picture. Y'all, guess what this girl done did to me, y'all? Like I said, y'all, I'm a lover, not a fighter. People make fun of me today. I don't really be caring because I wouldn't change what I did because I'm not trying to lose no scholarship or nothing from this school. This is the keys, right? She take her keys, bow.
I began to pass out. Then my head hit the wall. Boom.
Y'all done passed out on the floor. It's kidding, y'all. I ain't passed out for real. I said, I know you not just hit me. That's what I said, y'all. I said, I know you not just hit me. Keep on, y'all. I ain't had no Crocs on. I just had my socks on. I didn't have my keys in my hand. All I had was my socks on my feet and my phone. That's all I had. I walked to the steps. I was like, y'all. I said, I'm sorry, excuse me. My roommate trying to hit me. And I still got went to RA earlier. The car told her what happened. I went out to RA, and keep in mind, y'all, when I get like so frustrated and mad, like all I want to do is cry. And so I wasn't crying yet. I did cry though. Don't get it twisted, y'all. I was upset. Like I said, I went down to RA. I was like, I told her, I explained to her what just happened. I was like, yeah, remember the girl I told you about earlier, she just came in the room and she just hit me with her keys, da da da. And I went to, she said, okay, come in the RA office. I over here like, damn, like this girl just really hit me across my face, like, and I know y'all be like, why didn't you hit her back? Like, I don't know. That was not like, I'm not like, I ain't never been in a fight in my life. Do not plan on getting a fight in my life. I don't know, like, why are we in college fighting, y'all? Like, dead ass, this can turn into something bigger than it is. You literally hit me because I caught you with a lie? Now you look dumb because you finna get kicked out of this room. So, the RA basically ended up had to call the police since it was like a physical contact on campus. So they called the campus police and had to do a literal police report, y'all, about the situation. And I had like a knot on my head, not even gonna lie, like, yeah, she hit me. It wasn't a fight. I ain't fight back. She tried to fight me. I call my mama, I'm like, Mom, why this girl hit me across my face? Like, people don't know how to raise their kids. I'm literally on the, well, I was not FaceTime with her, I wasn't like this, but I was on the phone with her. I called back my friend Alicia and I called back my two friends, and I'm like, girls, like, guess this girl my friend Alicia, she a ride or die, bro. That girl don't come all the way across campus from her dorm, come to my dorm, and she gonna come back there in the RA office, and she like, you know, help me out. Cause that girl, she gonna be a lawyer for real because she know how to talk. The police were trying to tell me I have to move to this other raggedy little communal dorm temporarily. No, like, I'm not understanding. If I'm the one, the victim in the situation, right? If I'm the victim in the situation, why am I the one leaving when she the one in the wrong? Like, I'm not leaving my luxurious suite to move to the community dorms across campus. I have too much stuff to move all that stuff back and forth. Like, it makes no sense. And you know, I'm like in distress right now. Not gonna lie, I was in distress. So, and the RA kept telling me, yeah, you gotta move to, I want to the dorm name so bad, but you gotta move to the dorm. I was like, I told Alicia, girl, can you tell her, because you go with your words, like, just tell her that's not gonna happen. And you know, Alicia she got it done. She got shit done. Per Alicia, yeah, she got it done. And they told me to just for now and give them an hour. The police are gonna make sure she don't mess with my stuff, and she's gonna get kicked out of the room. And you know, me and Alicia, we went to the stew and we went to eat Chick-fil-A, and I got a call, and I thought, honestly, like, this type of person she is, I feel like she's really extra. I thought it was like she's trying to get her family or something to call me, but it ended up being the police calling me, telling me like, I need you to come sign this form. And it was like a victim's consent or victim's right form. I chose not to press charges, y'all, because like, honestly, like, if I had to press charges, it would just been too like messy, all this extra stuff. Like, I have family who wanted me to press charges, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not trying to ruin nobody's like career over this stupid situation. And also, that's gonna take time out of my day where I can be, you know, studying for classes and stuff. So yeah, I had to sign that consent form, whatever, and give it to him. And then I went back. We went back to the dorm a little later, and I asked Aria if she was still in my room. She's like, I'm not sure, I'll go with you. And she wasn't in there. All her stuff was moved out. And from that day forward, I literally did not have a roommate. Yeah, if you see my room tour video, I didn't have a roommate. But also, like, a couple, like, the next week after that, because that was Saturday, this had to be, I don't know what day it was. I had to go on a Zoom call with, like, the board, or, like, the housing board people, whatever, and the roommate was on the Zoom call as well. She admitted she was wrong. I'm not sure what happened to her. I do not know if she still attends the school or not, but I do know she got kicked out of my room. I literally never saw her after that. But yeah, that's my story, y'all, of why my roommate tried to find me my freshman year. So if you try to get a random roommate, y'all, do not recommend. Do not recommend. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of this video. My camera keep overheating and stuff, so I guess I gotta end a wrap. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.